Hi, fourth graders. Today I'm going to read our second space article titled International Space Station. Would you like to have a bedroom in outer space? Some astronauts do. The United States and other countries use a reusable spacecraft called a space shuttle to send astronauts to an international space station. The space station orbits the Earth. Astronauts can stay for 6 months at a time. The station is a joint project among several countries, including the United States, Russia, Japan, and Canada. Building the ISS began in 1998 when Russian and American space plans were joined together. How big is the space station? The space station is about as big as a 5-bedroom house, or the size of 2 Boeing jetliners. It is able to support a crew of 6 people plus visitors. On Earth, the space station would weigh almost 1,000,000 pounds. The station covers the area of a football field, including the end zones. Parts of the space station. In addition to the laboratories where astronauts conduct research, the space station has many other parts, like living areas for members of the crew. Stretching out to the sides of the space station are the solar arrays. These arrays collect energy from the sun to provide electrical power. Robotic arms are mounted outside the space station. The robot arms were used to help build the space station. Those arms can also move astronauts around when they go on spacewalks outside. Other arms operate science experiments. This photo here shows a picture of one of those arms carrying an astronaut from one place to the other. Living in space. The astronauts in the space station don't feel the effects of gravity like we do on Earth. When we lift our arms and legs here on Earth, we have to work against gravity. That's good for us. It helps us stay in shape. The astronauts in space don't have the effects of gravity to work against. They do not get much of a workout from drifting around. They have to run at least once a day to stay in good shape. In the image on the right, you can see an astronaut jogging in space. At bedtime, astronauts have to sleep in sleeping bags that are stuck to the wall. They have to strap themselves inside so that they will not float away while sleeping. These 2 men are sleeping without sleeping bags in space. They don't feel the effects of gravity, so they are moving freely within the spaceship. This means they can sleep right side up or upside down. It's all the same. Do you think you would like sleeping this way? Eating in space is difficult. Water and other liquids do not flow down in space, so if any were spilled in the space station, it would float around everywhere. Liquids can ruin electronic equipment, so astronauts have to be very careful in space. They drink by sucking water out of a bag or from a tube stuck to the wall. They cannot put their food on plates because it would just float right off, so they put it in pouches and eat from the pouches. The food they eat is usually dried because any crumbs can ruin the equipment. In this picture, we see an astronaut with dried spinach put into a pouch, and this makes it easier for them to eat. Why is the space station important? The space station has made it possible for people to travel back and forth to space. Human beings have been living in space every day since the first crew arrived. The space station's laboratories allow crew members to do research that could not be done anywhere else. This scientific research benefits people on Earth. Space research is even used in everyday life. NASA currently is working on a plan to explore other worlds. The space station is one of the first steps. NASA will use lessons learned on the space station to prepare for human missions that reach farther into space than ever before.